LaVar's guy Aaron Rodgers was on the Pat McAfee show starring A.J. Hawk, and he did all but confirm that this is the grand finale of his illustrious career.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. That's why we just did a one-year deal. This was really about finishing with a lot of love and fun and peace for the career that I've had. I mean, I played 20 freaking years. It's been a long run. I've enjoyed it, and what better place to finish than in one of the cornerstone franchises of the NFL with Mike Tomlin and a great group of leadership and great guys in the city that expects you to win.
You know what I wonder? Because I don't think anybody's surprised that this is it for him. I think that was the expectation, the understanding that, this is a one-year deal. That's why he signed a one-year deal. And almost certainly he's going to go out, play as best he can, and then just call it a career and disappear into the night, so to speak. But I wonder if...
Tell me what you wonder.
If he had his say... based on his experience in New York with the Jets, would he have still left Green Bay? Because what he's saying is, I want to go out with peace, with an illustrious organization, with one of the true cornerstones of the National Football League, which is basically the Packers, yet in the AFC. And I wonder if, and we've talked about this before, that 2-year circus with the Jets made him realize even more, it's not like this in other places.
I remember a moment in my career. I was balling against the Eagles, having a dope-ass game. And this play took place where Donovan McNabb gets flushed out, and I'm running him down. And he makes it out of bounds. And Andy Reid says to me while I'm turning around, "Getting old, L.A., getting old." I turned and looked at him. I was like, F you. F you, coach. And we both laughed, and I went jogging back to the huddle. But what makes that relevant in this moment is the fact that you stated, would he have stayed in Green Bay? There's always the things that coaches see because of how closely, if they're the good coaches, how closely they watch and look and evaluate the talent that's on the team. Aaron Rodgers wasn't going to stay in Green Bay because Aaron Rodgers wasn't going to be the starting quarterback of the Green Bay Packers for much longer. I think a person like Aaron Rodgers, in his mind, his heart of heart, he knew to get out of there, and he made it a little messy. He made it a little ugly because he knew what the writing was on the wall. So it wasn't about him being able to stay. It was about him being able to finish up his career the way he wanted to finish up his career. And that's why I think he didn't stay in Green Bay. Not because he didn't want to stay in Green Bay. It's like, how you guys treat me like this when I am Green Bay? Like, I am the guy. This is my team. How you guys going? Not like you guys have been trying to find a quarterback to replace me instead of giving me the weapons that I need as the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. Handwriting was on the wall. The bigger question that soundbite from Aaron Rodgers leaves with me is that all of the conversations surrounding the Pittsburgh Steelers, this is the type of responses you want from your incoming starting quarterback. This is it. Just want to finish it out the way that, I'd like to finish it out with peace and da-da-da. And, I've been playing for how long did he say? 20 years or something? What
20 plus years.
This is the guy. Like, this is the guy you want. Like, this is like, to me, this has like Manny Pacquiao written on it. Like, why can't you just let the game go? If you're at this point in your career where you feel this way, where that's the way, you've almost given you can wrap that into a retirement speech. When he retires and you listen to what he has to say, I can guarantee you some of the things he said in that answer, that response is going to be in his retirement speech. I just find it interesting that in a year where the year before it was a tremendous miss with the quarterbacks that you brought in. Both of them were 1-year deals and were starting quarterbacks elsewhere around the league prior to coming to Pittsburgh. You're going to place your reputation, the chances of the team, the fans' feelings, so on and so forth, the sales, the relevance of the franchise. You're placing that on the arm and the shoulder of a man who's already telling you, I'm done.
Yeah.
Good luck. I mean, if it works out, I guess the idea that he's going to play with a sense of urgency and he's going to play with it all, let it all hang out, because literally it's all going to be gone after this. If you feel confident about it, then you roll with that. But where this Pittsburgh Steelers team is, and respect to Mike Tomlin for making a decision. It's a big decision, and it's going to have large implications, if you ask me. Much respect for him, making the decision to do it. Maybe it pays dividends, but if it doesn't, what's next?
I think there's also somewhat of a decent chance that maybe this is Mike Tomlin's last year in Pittsburgh as well too. And I wonder if Mike Tomlin also sort of sees that this is either the beginning of the end or the end, and he's like, man, if I'm going out, I just want to go out on my terms. I want to go out
with Aaron Rodgers as my quarterback. I don't want his final season.
I don't want to go out with because apparently. I mean, they could have drafted Shedeur Sanders. They could have taken young quarterbacks and really planned for the future, and they didn't. And I just wonder, based on the Kenny Pickett experience, based on what happened last year, if Mike Tomlin's like, man, F this. I'll ride with a veteran who I believe and I've seen play his best in the Super Bowl that I lost. I'll
How
take
many
my
years ago?
That's a long time ago.
Okay.
But I'll take my chances with that as opposed to riding with whatever we've been trying to do or whatever we planned with at the quarterback position in the past several years. Because this isn't just you go back to the Kenny Pickett era. No, man, like the last couple of years for Roethlisberger weren't great. So I just wonder if Mike Tomlin also realizes, hey, man, writing might be on the wall. I'd rather go out this way than trying to go deal with a youth movement and take my chances there.
I just feel bad that I have to look at Aaron Rodgers and say this is more about his name than it is about his game today. More about his name than it is his game. I feel bad saying it.
Damn.
It's a leverage. This is a leverage job.
Guy got you in a Netflix documentary. You think you should a little appreciation?
He got you in the Netflix.
What you mean?
They got me in the end like going,
What you mean?
You're the one that's talking in that Netflix series.
Talking about Rodgers.
I feel as though I'd be remiss if I didn't say it, because looking at it with a critical eye, I just don't understand how you think this can work. I just don't see how it can work. That's just how I feel about it. I mean, I'm not trying to be cynical about it or be a Debbie Downer, but I just don't see how it's going to work.
I mean, week one's going to be sweet, though. Steelers, Jets. He's going to have something.
If they were, it's like if they win the game, don't you expect them to beat the New York Jets? Like, I feel like you're going to get a false sense of whatever it is by whoever wins that game. If the New York Jets wins that game, that's a false sense of what you think the New York Jets are going to be.
Do we have any sort of game show music here? We're gonna try and see what we got here for Mr. LaVar Arrington. All right, what would you guess right now, courtesy of our friends at DraftKings, what would you guess the spread is for week one, Steelers at Jets? Who do you think's favored?
I would say today the Steelers are favored. And I would say 3 points, 3.5.
LaVar Arrington, that is correct. The Pittsburgh Steelers are a 3-point favorite. That's what I'm talking about. Six Picks is right.
Sticks Picks.
No, I didn't pick that. I just can't.
Yeah, but you picked right. You picked the spread.
I think when they did the spread for that game, it was a hurry up and get to the next one.
Damn. Damn. Like what, Cardinals, Saints?
Yeah, sure. I don't know, man. I don't know. And if I'm if I'm a player on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'm on the defensive side of the ball, even if I'm a receiver, I'm like, I just hope he can do it. And if he can do it, I hope he can last.
What you act like Aaron Rodgers is my truck. We're just hoping he makes it in.
Just hoping he makes it, man.
Listen, we're just hoping it gets there. That's fingers crossed.
The man went out on the first play, third play, first play. What play was it? His first play.
Fourth play.
Fourth play.
Yeah.
His fourth play.
Yeah.
Okay. I was 3 off. My bad.
You got to round it up next time.
I don't know, man. Again, I kind of feel a little bad feeling this way. And I really do believe that if this were to go wrong, it's going to cost Mike Tomlin his gig.
Yeah.
I really believe that. And you're placing that amount of pressure and weight on this season with that decision. Maybe it's the same with anything he does. Like you said, maybe the handwriting is on the wall. Maybe the time, the sands of time are running out. I don't know. I think he's a hell of a coach. I think he's an even better person. And I just don't know that I would stake my claim on what my last campaign or potential last campaign as a head coach on somebody who you can clearly hear in his voice that this is it. This isn't a grand finale for a community that he was drafted in and grew up in, and they love him and revere him and admire him, and he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer for this team and this community and everything that he's established. This is a 1-year deal. You know what this makes him?
What's
a
that?
mercenary. He's
That's
a mercenary. He's a paid gun.
Damn right. Hired gun.
If a hired gun doesn't get it done, he doesn't care as much as if he was a part of the Army.
Yeah. He's going to go out slinging it, though.
Okay.
Slinging it.
Okay. It could work out. Or it could not.